Hi Virgo, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. So this will take us from the 10th to the 17th. I'm going to pull you an additional guidance card before I shuffle the rest of the deck. One card please for the sign of Virgo. Ooh, got the Peace card. Love that card. The Peace card tends to happen when we're in this relationship with our own selves. And you're just feeling at ease with your own world, guys. Absolutely love seeing this card for you. I don't want to clarify more until I see where this piece is coming from and what way that it's related to. So please give me 6 cards for the sign of Virgo, please, for the week ahead. 3 of Pentacles behind you. The Empress as the gift. Yeah. I'd feel at peace if the Empress was my gift. Challenge is the Wheel. Temperance in your relationships. Queen of Wands underneath the Empress. So for some of you, this is clearly a Sagittarius, by the way, because these are both very fiery energies. If not, there's a very, very powerful connection. Or maybe this is your energy, Virgo. And if this is your energy, you really are radiating at just this very, very beautiful and extremely sexually high energy. And you end in the 5 of Wands, head and heart going in separate directions, right under the wheel. Tell me more, yeah, with the Lovers card. Give me a minute, guys. Take a step back. So what's behind you is the 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles tends to be a card of teamwork, working together. It's also a card about raising yourself up. So basically you've been working on these pentacles. So maybe you've, I'm very careful about my terminology, but you know, maybe you've been looking after your career a little bit, that sort of thing. So it can be about relationships as well, okay? Sometimes I need to tell you that the 3s can include more than 2 people, obviously, because it's 3, okay? Sometimes if that's your story, the 3 of Pentacles tends to be about one person's tied through Pentacles, finances, security, okay? Your gift is the Empress. That is one hell of a love energy you've got going on. The Empress holds the Venus symbol. Venus is obviously about earthy, tangible love that you can see and you can touch and you can feel. She's also the mother energy because she multiplies, she nurtures, very high prosperity energy as well, Virgo, okay? So some of you might be creating something new. If not, see if you can. Because the Empress is about fertility and birthing new things, okay? So she can be birthing new relationships, or it's just about love, enjoying the senses. So enjoying the senses is about enjoying spending time with someone, delighting in your own self. Because when we delight in our own self is when this fragrance of the Empress comes out into all of our world, okay? So she'd definitely be about self-love, self-nurture and self-care, giving to yourself everything that you want to receive from another. The wheel is the challenge, so something to do with timing. Why is the wheel the challenge, please? Sometimes it just represents, it's about timing. It's with the 7 of Wands. So maybe because of timing, there's a feeling that a door is not fully opening yet, by the way. But the trick with the Wheel of Fortune is always about allowing divine timing. A lot of people don't like it when I say that, but our life is run by universal law. And when we don't like it, it's universal energy that we need to reconnect with again. Okay? Now, temperance is in your emotions. Again, can be a fire sign, or this is a sort of call for emotional balance here. Temperance is the middle path. So it's about no extremities of behaviour, not running after anyone, not doing anything, just having this very temperate, very sort of balanced emotional self. Because when we do that, that's when we tune into energy like the Empress and the Queen of Wands, because they're energies of magnetism. No one can resist these energies on planet Earth, by the way, but they definitely magnetize what they want to us. So temperance in your relationships is about not chasing, nothing. I'm sort of laughing, but it's sort of just, you know, like a flower and a bee, and they're drawn to each other just because they cannot not be drawn to each other. That is where you're radiating at. Or this is the person that you want to connect with, okay? And if that's the case, then the challenge of timing is what you're dealing with. Between me and you, Virgo, it sort of always is. Yeah. And learning to align ourselves with universal law is literally living in a state of peace and well-being, because then we're not pushing, we're not withholding, we're just looking after our inner world, looking after our energy, looking after our magnetism, and then everything we want finds us. And especially Virgo, because you're a yin energy, it's about the power of receptivity, the divine feminine, if you want to call it that. Because underneath the Empress is the Queen of Wands, and boy, I don't see many situations like that when these two forces are working together. If this is your energy, boy, Virgo, you really are powerful. But your power comes from looking after your inner kingdom and allowing what wants to manifest around you, being temperate. You then get the Five of Wands with the Lover's card. Right, okay, so the Five of Wands can be an awful lot of attraction that's pulling two people together. If you think about it, if there's not the power of heat, nothing ever happens. There's a little bit of stress, there's a little bit of head and heart going in separate directions, and it's clearly around a relationship and some choices that have to be made. But because temperance is your advice, when temperance appears as an advice card, I tend to tell the person to do nothing, because when we do nothing, everything unfolds for us. It's almost like magic, and it's not about magic. It's we've let the divine cycles and coincidence and destiny find us, because that is probably the highest level you could ever operate at. Going after things doesn't tend to work. I think most people watching that know that. I'm more interested at the level that you're vibrating at. So this might not be you, this might be someone that you're dealing with, and there's a lot of beauty and love here. But for some of yous, this is your energy. And because of the challenge, your advice is about looking after your own kingdom. Where is your magnetic field? What are you attracting? Because really, That is all we ever really have to do. Most of our difficult situations in life happen when we pursue things too much. We end up in situations that our soul doesn't really want us to be in, and then we're stuck with the situation of getting out of it. When you're radiating with this reading, it's about allowing this to unfold, Virgo, and you aligning with this very, very beautiful energy of receptivity. I'm not sure what the Five of Wands is for the Lover's card. That looks as a little bit of struggle, but it's a struggle that creates a friction that can create a very dynamic relationship. So without struggle and a little bit of stress, nothing would ever get off the ground, Virgo. We'd all just stay at this very receptive energy. But because you've got a little bit of struggle with the Lover's card, I'm assuming this is what's going to create some movement. And it looks like the movement is taking you towards connection. And yeah, Knight of Cups is here. But there's a lot of messages here about just allowing this. Just allowing the story to unfold. Being at peace. Watching the whole cycle of life actually come to your hands, Virgo. Actually, then I call it that state of divine relaxation, where everything we want finds us. I wouldn't worry too much about the Five of Wands in your relationship, because it's nothing moves. So I think towards the end of the week, there's a lot of energy towards movement into connection. But the whole build up for most of the week is about mastering your inner world. Because once you master that, the outer world just slowly begins to mirror that back to you. Life, Virgo, is incredibly simple. It tends to be complicated when we're carrying too much of the Ten of Wands, past storylines, other people's wand that they put on us. But when we're radiating at this energy, something very heat-filled is happening, and it's pulling you towards it. But my advice, take a chill pill. Absolutely be as relaxed, because the Temperance card is floating in the middle of the ocean. But she's totally at peace there. And this is where I want you. Just radiating this energy of love and being at total peace. Love your reading, Virgo. Beautiful. What else can I say? I'll see you next week. Much love.